Welcome back, guys. I'm here again to talk about another anime, and I would also like to bring up my past topics that I've gone on tangents about, mainly for the fan service that I keep bringing up over and over. I've always said that fan service or I've always thought that fan service could either make or break an anime, and there are some defining examples for this, but one of the biggest ones that I've seen thus far this year is I can't really pronounce this one correctly. Magico Rurumo, which is quite honestly a very well structured story, as well as very entertaining to really admire. It's a story about a regular high school student who is going through puberty, discovering girls, and going through his wishes to see girls naked and stuff like that. You'd think that for a kind of character design like that, he wouldn't be the most well-liked character amongst anyone, and some of you would be right in varying upon who watches the show. To me, this guy could be a bad person to admire, but thankfully I've watched it more to really get the feel for this. And to be quite honest, this guy's actually a nice guy once you get to know him. He's one of those characters that you can't judge a book by his cover. And in the very first episode, he is a part of a club that goes out of their way to discover the mysteries and unsolved cases of the entire world. One of them was experimenting a ritual in order to summon a witch to their world, and thus far grant wishes for them. The president of the club issues this task to the main character of the story to do so just as a guinea pig, if you will, and he pretty much uses him as a guinea pig throughout the entire show, which is pretty devious, yet he takes his job very seriously. But anyways, it seems like it fails at first, but the witch does appear, known as Rurumo, along with her familiar cat that goes on to tell him that his fate is sealed and he is to die within 24 hours. At least I think that's how it goes. She tells him that she is to grant him wishes, but he has to face the fact that he's going to die within a short period of time. Devastated, he tries his best to try to get things situated for his passing, or he tries to prevent it from ever happening. But in the last act of chivalry, he discovers that she has been imprisoned for over, I believe it was 100 years, maybe a little bit more than that, and tries his best to save her life. He is successful in the process, and afterwards is given a small flip book, or a ticket book that contains wishes. Every time he tears off a piece of paper, he will get a wish from a wish granted by Rurumo, depending on what he asks, and she will execute this with a spell. However, every time he uses a wish, a portion of his lifespan is taken away from him, depending on how powerful the wish is and what circumstances is provided. This is actually a really good concept, and it really works to the advantage of the main character, given that he is who he is. He's a perverted character. He's a perverted kid. He's a experimental teenager. Not that experimental, but he is also very caring and very charismatic about life. He he wants to be friends with a lot of people and also get and take advantage of opportunities to either flip skirts or motorboat girls' chests and stuff like that. But he's not 100% bad. He cares about his family. He cares about his friends. He cares about Rurumo, for God's sakes. Even though she did try to take his life, but Rurumo also is also gradually revealing to be pretty much a very a failure as a witch in this case. She's very slow-minded. She's not very bright in certain situations, but she knows every single spell that she knows just through studying and just trying and trying and trying. Nothing really penetrates this girl. Very bad analogy to go with, but nothing really phases her in any form of torment. You know, she has gone through absolute hell. Every single witch that she has known in the Academy of Witches has treated her like dirt. That she will never amount to anything in later in life. And to be quite honest, her familiar, as you get to know her as well, goes through this as well. No witch wanted the cat that you see in the show, and Rurumo gratefully accepts her as her familiar. Every character in the show has this character design that you want to know more about, and hitting episode 10, it baits you in another character you want to know more about. Even the supporting characters or the background characters you want to know more about. There is a three girl hall monitor squad that pretty much gives the main character crap for doing all sorts of stuff that, you know, would definitely seem shameful in the eyes of females and anyone else who treats women perfectly and stuff like that. And in reality, the leader of the group just feels this emptiness that she never had these kinds of experiences from any other girl or any other guy that they would want to hit on her or just do stuff for attention from them. Even the girls admire and just kind of admire or say, "Wow, most guys are and just don't pay attention to you at all." You know, and she feels horrible from this. And to be quite honest, I kind of understand that. And I'm pretty sure other women would understand this to some degree. That feeling of like nobody wanting to pay attention to you, but the main character in his own bizarre way makes an impact on her that, you know, it makes her feel like she matters or something like that in a kind of unusual way. Even the smaller girl in the group, in three hall monitor group, is really interesting. I mean, she actually forms this unintentional friendship with Rurumo, thinking that she is a closet cosplayer as well, and like she is. And this is probably one of the coolest defining characteristics of this girl. Fearing that she's going to be criticized at her seriousness to her job, being while having this hobby that she's a cosplayer for her favorite TV show, and that plays a huge heavy impact on one particular episode as well. And thinking people eventually find out that she is a cosplayer, but you know, it's not as bad as she actually intended it to be. At first, she does feel that, you know, that her friend has released this secret out on purpose to discredit her as a serious student at the school. But in reality, Rurumo just says what she says without really regard to other people's feelings. I mean, she acknowledges people's emotions, not appearing that she cares, but she cares regardless. She's a quirky character in this regard that makes her more three-dimensional than any other character lets on, And one thing that makes this show really work is the overall emotions that go into random moments in the show. It really makes you feel for the characters. There is one particular episode that I do want to talk about, and for all of you fans of this particular show, it's the Three Kittens episode. You will know when I talk what I'm talking about this. And my God, this is a very depressing episode. I mean, it's very uplifting at first, where three kittens are abandoned, and the main character, along with Rurumo and her familiar, take care of these cats, trying to talk to other people, like, you want to take care of these cats, or do you have a home that they can go to, or whatnot. But eventually, later on, one of the cats actually ends up dying, and it's so heartbreaking to actually realize that this is actual life. And he even tries to spend one of the tickets to try and save the cat's life, but Rurumo can't. She can't interfere with the laws of life and death, or she can't interfere with death indirectly. And this is very sad. I'm just getting teary-eyed from even talking about this, man. It's a very touchy-feely kind of show when it wants to do that. It's a really good TV show or it's a really good anime to really take into consideration. And with all of the fan service that this show does throw out sometimes, I do say fan service in misconstruing it with comedy and with comedy service to the audiences. There are times that the Japanese will use that kind of stuff in order for jokes to go about of the story. And to be fair, that's their own way of communicating humor throughout the show. Though it can also be considered fan service as well. And this is one of the prime examples that fan service can work, or comedy service can work in this show, or any show for that matter, if they can implement it correctly. Making your characters completely three-dimensional, as well as a good story structure, can really make or break a show, as well as any kind of service that you can give to your audience, for that matter. Man, I love anime that they can do this kinds of things, and I really hope that anime does get a better reputation, even though most Americans kind of disregard Japanese cartoons as just kind of weird things that people get into. I mean, that's pretty much the biggest understatement that anyone can make regarding anime in general. They just assume that people are into weird shows and weird animated porno and stuff like that, and it's not like that. It's like that for some cases, but it's totally not like that for various shows. For all you regular viewers who haven't discovered anime yet, you should give one particular show a good try. It never hurts. I mean, it's not just Naruto or Bleach or One Piece that just flows around. There's other anime that can give you even more bang for your buck. That's it for now, and I'll be back next time with another anime. If you guys have any more any comments whatsoever about Magiko Rurumo, I might be pronouncing the name wrong, but if you have any comments about the show, like, comment, or subscribe down below and give me your thoughts on the matter. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. I'll see you next time on the next anime talk show.